Thousands are forced to flee in southwest France as the biggest wildfire of the year leaves at least one woman dead. Thousands have been forced to flee from villages in the southwest of France as a vast wildfire continues to burn, with the French Prime Minister describing the scene as a catastrophe on unprecedented scale. At least one woman has been killed and a number of others have been injured in Aude, close to the Spanish border, after what is now the biggest wildfire this year took hold yesterday. Almost 2,000 firefighters are trying to bring it under control. Across the EU, there have been close to 1,500 wildfires this year alone. That's over 40% more than last year. The French Prime Minister says the increase in wildfires and the amount of land aflame this year are linked to global warming and drought. James Waterhouse reports.
When it comes to wildfires, the conditions in France's Aude region were described as ripe. Soaring temperatures with little rainfall have allowed these flames to take a firm grip. They chew through luscious landscapes and leave this. As emergency teams head in, you wonder where to start. There are fires everywhere. It's a disaster, says this firefighter. All the vineyards are burning in the area. Those vineyards usually act as natural barriers, but there are fewer of them now. Crews do what they can, on the ground or in the sky, but wildfires are not contained easily. All possible resources are on the way, says President Macron, for an operation it's feared could take days.
When I wanted to retrieve my belongings, I couldn't even get into my house. I had to leave. Now we're waiting to see the damage. That's how it is. It's fate.
Across Europe, the size of burnt areas is already twice the average, according to the EU. These French fires gradually took a hold overnight as people and professionals looked on helplessly.
I feel sad. I find it tragic to see so many fires since the beginning of summer. It's terrible for the wildlife, for the people who are losing everything. I find it really very sad.
Similar scenes in Tarifa, southern Spain, where a forest fire is ripping through the countryside. Tourists are being evacuated. 18,000 people live here. It's extreme weather conditions that can cause such intense, devastating heat. It's climate change that is making wildfires more common across Europe and beyond. James Waterhouse, BBC News.
Well, to France now, where the country's biggest wildfire of the summer so far is rapidly spreading. Last night alone, it burned through an area equivalent in size to Paris. At least one person has died and several others are injured. It broke out in the southern region of Aude yesterday afternoon, an area near Toulouse and Montpellier, and it has proved so hard to contain that soldiers are now being deployed to help. Fred Dimbleby has the latest.
A hellish red lights up the French night as the flames burn. Helped by strong winds and a hot summer, the deadly fires are spreading rapidly. Already they have burned through more than 13,000 hectares. And this is what they leave behind. Gutted cars and houses litter the land in a scene of desolation, as residents are forced to leave their homes.
The fire arrived very quickly from below. We only had time to get 2 cars out, my wife in one and me the other, and then the rest went up in flames.
From above, the extent of the fires becomes clear. Plumes of smoke filling the air around this plain.
Catastrophique.
And dominating the horizon even from miles away. Around 2,000 firefighters are desperately trying to control the flames which started yesterday. From the skies they drop water. And from the ground, hose in hand, they head towards the heat and the danger.
This disaster is unprecedented in its scale. Hundreds and thousands of people feel that their most precious possessions, their homes and their lives have been affected.
The fire is not the first in southern Europe this summer, but is now the biggest France has seen this year, as scientists warn climate change, bringing drier and hotter weather, only makes the region more vulnerable to the flames. Fred Dimbleby, ITV News.